Friends, this is Narasimha and I'm studying BTech first year in IRE College. Today, as a part of my Tech Talk videos, the subject of English, I want to explain about the topic named Learning English as a Foreign Language. And before going to the topic, I want to share a few thoughts with you friends. First of all, we all are aware of English language which plays and which is playing a crucial role in our day-to-day life. Nowadays, if we want to work in a workplace or studying in any institution, to communicate with others by using a part of their primary language or a part of our primary language, English plays a crucial role. Normally, English connects two speakers without taking their primary language into content. By using English language, we can communicate with other speakers and we can share our thoughts or views or observations or any feedback. Let us get into the topic. In our English as a foreign language, which is shortly abbreviated as EFL. EFL is a term used to describe the study of English by non-native speakers in countries where English is not the dominant language. This para says us that the study of English as a foreign language, which means a country or a place where English is not treated as a dominant language or a primary language by the speakers of that country, and if a person visits that country and wants to learn English, then such type of learning is known as English as a foreign language. Coming to English. English is commonly known as lingua franca, which means a common language that's used to bridge together speakers of other languages. The non-native speakers are learning English as a foreign language in order to take advantage of the benefits which come with it. And coming to highlights of EFL. EFL classrooms and communities share a native language which is not English. And one of the challenges for EFL teachers is finding English models that work for the students, as many instructors are either non-native English speakers or native English speakers who don't speak the local language. Coming to the terminology. For any subject or any topic or any new language, while we are learning, a terminology is very important to learn. Coming to this, the terminology of EFL. Within the context of English as a foreign language, there are different types and terminologies that are important to understand. Whether you are a teacher or you are a student or you are a person who is curious or excited to learn a new topic or new language. Coming to the benefits of EFL. While we are learning a new language or a new topic or new content, the benefits should be known and should be utilized in a proper way. Coming to the benefits of EFL, the ability to communicate in a new language will be increased, which means the strength will be increased in us to communicate in a new language. The brain undergoes a change in electrical activity. Superior memory function means the memory power and the memory function will be increased gradually, and it even increases the mental flexibility. It also increases the problem solving abilities. And the benefits of EFL, the main benefit is we can get a strength for greater comprehension for how language works and is used, which means we can know about the English language which can be used in greater comprehension and it will be useful. Hey guys, hey guys, a small did you know fact for our topic. In a survey, it has been estimated that the number of actively spoken languages in the world today is about 6,000. Among these all languages, English had won the first place to be used commonly by all the speakers to share their views or thoughts or feedback or observations. And it is playing a crucial role in our life. And Coming to exams for learners. For any new topic, the exam plays an important role by which the student can know how much knowledge he had gained. For this also, there are some few exams. There are many tests for EFL and ESL. ESL means English as a secondary language. Students can take to demonstrate their English proficiency. Many of these tests are required by institutions of higher education. Though they may fall within the term TOEFL test category, TOEFL means one type of test. One, there are in fact many different tests with all sort of observation abbreviations. Here are some of the example, friends, some of the example of exams: IELTS, TOEFL, PT Academic, and Trinity College London ESOL. Not only this, there are many exams to improve your English skills, and I have given some examples. Next, coming to challenges. For any new topic while we are learning, challenging challenges are very important. While we are coming across a new topic, we will also face many challenges. Coming to this topic, learning another language can be exciting, but it can be also be hard. In particular, students learning English typically struggle with common issues depending on what their native language is. In the first challenge is pronunciation. English has a number of sounds that do not exist in other languages, making it hard for EFL students to pronounce. In English language, pronunciation plays a crucial role because there are different types of sounds of letters and words. So, if a person is confident in pronunciation, his lectures will be useful and it will be his lecture will be understood by the listeners. If the person or the speaker is not confident on his pronunciation, the listeners may not show interest to listen to his lecture. Second one is grammar. English grammar and sentence structure can be difficult for English learners. This can include functions and auxiliaries or and modal verbs and idiomatic usage. Not only this, there are many grammar topics to improve our English skills. And third one is vocabulary. In vocabulary, some specific challenges come with phrasal verbs, prepositions, prepositional phrases, and have given some examples for the grammar and vocabulary topics also. You can see here. Here, do, does, did, and can, must, and some phrasal verbs are get along with, drop out of. Phrasal verb means a group of words with incomplete meaning but shows the sentence as shortly. Next, literacy. Learning to read in any language can be hard, but learning to read in a foreign language can be somewhat tricky. And coming to that, it is divided into two parts. Some first one is first language literacy, and next is second language literacy. Coming to first language literacy, this is if you have not completed literacy instruction in your native language before learning to read in English. Coming to next, second language literacy. This refers to students who are proficient in speaking in a language but have not learned to read or write. This is about literacy, friends. Next, social and academic language acquisition. The type of English that needs to be learned in order to function in a social situation is known as basic interpersonal language, or shortly known as BIES, BRCS, which can take 2 years to acquire. For the classroom, cognitive academic language proficiency, or shortly known as CALP, refer to academic learning abilities which can take 7 years to master. I'm specifying the duration of the learning by which you can understand easily about the learning English as a foreign language system. Next, coming to our advantages. For any language, there are pros and cons. Coming to EFL, there are many advantages by learning this language. First one is access to higher education. Many institutions of higher education use English as a language of instruction, even if they are not based in an English speaking country. and what are considered some of the best universities in the world are in places where English is a native language. By learning English as a foreign language, you can have access to these programs. Friends, I want to specify my thought with you that nowadays, in all over the world, means worldwide, though the English is not the native language of that country or that of that place, but they are using English as an instruction because for a higher education, the institution will be covered by many speakers of from many places, which may include many primary languages of them. So, a particular and common language is required for sharing the thoughts or views of the teachers to the speakers. So, English is chosen for such type of use by which their work will be easy and by which the students and the speakers can be comfortable to share their information. Second, interaction with native speakers. One of the fun benefits of learning any language is the ability to interact with native speakers. But in the case of English, because it is common language in so many countries, learning English also allows you to communicate with people with whom you do not speak each other's native language. Friends, there are many languages in worldwide which I have mentioned before. But instead of learning the native languages of other speakers, English is a common language. So by learning English, you can share your views with many speakers of the many primary languages. Next, third one, social and cultural benefits. Learning English as a foreign language or learning English as a second language can have many social and cultural benefits, which will be useful in our career, in our life, and while we'll go to a workplace for an interview, the speaker who is posing questions on you to fix that you are best for his office or not, he'll test your speaking skills and communication skills by which he will come to know you are suit set to the job or not. So you should be proficient and fluency in the English should be maintained, and you should be damn sure that you should have an English proficiency for working in other workplace or with colleagues to speak. Thank you, friends. I hope you enjoyed the video and hope my video may be useful for those who are listening. Thanks for watching.